Hello, everybody. I recently crossed over 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank people for subscribing and watching my videos. Um, and in this, I'm going to go ahead and announce that I've been setting up playlists for several different types of coins, plus things I've been doing, projects like filling this nautical theme box here. Looking at it again with all these various different world coins, which there's a lot of weight in this box. None of this is silver, but it's just a lot of coins. As you can see, on this box is pretty deep, about an inch and 3/4 to the bottom. There's hundreds of coins in here. I'm thinking about doing a little contest where people can guess how many coins are in it and how much the box weighs as a tiebreaker. And whoever can get closest might be getting a little something from this, plus some other stuff, because none of these are very valuable coins, but there are a couple of them that, are neat looking. And we'll reach over here and talk about something I just did. I was talking about various sailing ship design coins, like this British halfpenny, the ship that's on it, and this Portuguese, which I did a live stream, when I live streamed a long form video talking about this type of ship. And I'm probably going to go ahead and do one about this particular ship on this halfpenny, of which there are a couple replicas made, because the original ship rotted away because, well, it was pretty old and fell into disuse. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this box and show a different chest. This one, if you haven't seen it before, I've had it in videos, and I used to have it on my set quite a bit, but I haven't used it on my set as often. What I'm doing with this one, I'll open it up, and what you can see in here, you can see part of a JFK coin and some dollar coins. My project here is to go around banks and get some of these dollar coins, or if they got them, JFKs, not silver, and none of these are all modern coins. If somebody had an Ike dollar, I'd probably throw it in this just because it's a modern dollar coin. I want to see how many dollars this thing will hold in total, and how many 50-cent coins. I'm almost to the top. I mean, it's going to take several more to fill it the rest of the way, but it's come along nicely. We'll move this out of the way and talk about this. It's another project I got going. When I started this, copper pennies were running about 3 cents per coin value by melt. Now this is just a 1971. These aren't wheat pennies, and they go up into 1981. This is a 59 Denver, but what I'm trying to do is fill this jar. And I have another jar. It's the same content amount as powdered coffee, instant. Same brand, but this is a different jar than what the other one is. The other one's kind of square, so I have a theory that this round one will probably hold a bit more than what the squared off one will, even though the coffee was the same amount. It's just that coins, the bigger items, I don't think the squared off one will hold as much. So get it out and pull out some silver. Because of the way I set this up, I could, and talked about the boxes, the box, the treasure chest stuff. I couldn't set this normal kind of stack up and on my thing, but lay this out and mention the fact that these channels stickers you see up here, they've all sent these to me, and a couple of them sent me some bonus items too, and I thank them for that. And I like to tell people, if you're out and about, go ahead and check these 3 channels out and check their content out, and if you like their content, subscribe, because I'm trying to help them grow, pretty much get bigger. I like this coin. I don't know what country this is. Let's get a dragon on it. It's a 63 copper or bronze something. It says island and 2 kroner. Exactly what island we're talking about, I couldn't tell you. But anyway, I'll hold this one up. Oh, this ship is a different profile of this ship. But, and it's a British Caribbean islands or territories, the Eastern group. This is a 1965 coin. Again, Queen Elizabeth. The number of coins that she's on is just a lot. And this is a 5-cent one. Same ship. But person I work with gave me this. It's a little display box. You pop it open, and you can take a coin or other item and hold it in there like that. This is a 50-cent chip coin, chip design coin. This one is from New Zealand with Queen Elizabeth on it. It's a 78 coin. Kind of looks like a proof almost. Plenty of mint luster left on it. Nice condition coin, but not real valuable. And it's the Endeavor. Now, talk about a different coin. I did show a video, or show this in a video before. This is Captain Cook, and I guess he's the guy who actually discovered Australia. It's an Australian 50-cent piece, 1970 coin. There's good mint luster left on it, not much wear at all. It's a like I said, 1970 Queen Elizabeth. And when I bought it, it was 50 cents. 50 cents for a 50-cent coin. That's quite okay in my book. So what else is there to talk about? Well, tomorrow there's a coin show in town, and I'm going to go and try to get something. I know what I'm looking for, and as a matter of fact, I could show you what I'm looking for. Get out the red box, or a red box, and I'll show you the specific coin I want to get a better version. It's this one. This one's kind of dark. Let's see if I can get it held just right where the glass will pull it out. Okay, there you go. You can kind of see this side is worn, but not real bad. But I'll turn this around this way so you can see this. It's kind of scratched up on the back, but it's a Carson City. The CC's inside the reef. Now, they had them where they were outside the reef too, but this one was inside. And I want to get a little bit better, good to very good range one so that it doesn't have all the scrapes in the back like this does. And I figured it'll probably cost me at least $25 or maybe a little more. Whatever else I end up getting, it's hard telling. And give you a little idea of what a very good one might look like. I don't know, this one's not super good, but it does have a little bit more detail. Well, that rim's kind of gone. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to agree that's a very good coin or not. But, you know, sometimes you buy it and you just get what you get. And these are kind of hard to come by anyway. Let's see if I can find one I agree with it being very good. Maybe this one. Front on this 1876 is a little bit better than that other coin. And the back, the rim's a little bit better. Although the middle, the 1 dime, doesn't seem to be struck out very well. And it might be slightly bent, which could happen. These things probably seen a lot of circulation. But that's what I want to get. Carson City dime from 1876. That is better condition. Now, this one's about as cheap as hello AJ Stacker. This particular one is about as worn. You can get this and still have the date on it. But you go to a coin dealer and he has a seated dime that's worn out like this for $3.50. I'm thinking I'm probably going to buy them when I see them, just because they're kind of hard to come by. I mean, I've got maybe 30 something Carson, or not Carson, but seated Liberty coins, half dollar ones, a few quarters, 20-cent piece, several dimes, a couple half dimes. I've probably got, like I said, about 30 of them. Since you're here, AG Stacker, when I said I think Silver Plains needs to upgrade to black titanium, you know what airplane I was referring to, don't you? I was referring to the Blackbirds, the A-12 and the SR-71 airplanes, the spy planes, because they can fly at least 80. Well, when they were flying, they could fly upwards of 80,000 foot. You know, which is, I can't do the math, but it's over 10 miles up, and they could fly over Mach 3, and the high top speed on those things was totally classified. This is a nicer one. It's got the stars around it. It's an 1852. Coin dealer saying fine. Now, extra fine, I think all of Liberty will be strong. Now, on this one, Liberty, the Y is kind of weak. You might be able to see it on your end, but I can't see it too well on this through the camera eye here because I don't get a very big screen to work with on a live stream. But the back's kind of nice. Yeah, it is. It's one of them kind of airplanes that, well, I just saw something today that where the somebody that was involved in the project somehow, I think it was a wife of one of the pilots, said there was no way the Soviets would ever be able to shoot one down. And they even done scenarios where they tried to shoot one down. Well, not really technically try to shoot one down, but get radar lock on it and see if they could actually, feel like they could actually hit it. And they did a lot of stuff to try to get it in terms of like flying a little bit slower than the maximum speed and everything. They could never really get a good radar lock. They could never really catch up with a missile. And out of these, it's these dimes. I have this 1841 seated. It's AG almost good, which I don't know. It's worn about as far as you can get and still have the date. It's an 1841. Then it jumps to this one, which the date's kind of obliterated. It's been holed and plugged. But this was only $2, so I'm gonna buy that every time. And that's 1852. This one I can kind of make out 1850. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on the screen, but that looks like the top of a 5 and the 0, so it would have to be an 1850. But you go to a coin shop or whatever, and the guy's got one. He's $2. I'm sitting there thinking, why wouldn't I buy it? Yeah. All right. We'll put these back. Went to the coin dealer today. Let's see what I got. I know you like these. This one's kind of worn. The rim's about to go over here. The rest of it, maybe a little there too. And the back's worn worse, which seems odd. Seated halftime was the very first silver coin I ever owned. Go ahead and pop that up there on the screen for a bit. This one is an O mint, and the O's pretty solid. The rest of the back's starting to go away, especially up here. Probably played a lot of sliding games. Yeah. This is 1907 O. I don't have a whole lot of these old mint quarters. I picked up a 08 one, I think last week, and people watched the video like crazy. So I'm gonna make a video for this one and see if we get a repeat luck. Second year of these, there was no 33s. This one, it's just worn slightly. 5 1/4, but that was the cheapest quarter he had on his board. And we'll go ahead and throw that back up there for a moment too. It's the second cheapest one he had. The other ones, all of the ones he had, a couple standing liberties and a few more of these barbers. They were all like $6. Anyway, I went live earlier because I was talking about the nautical blocks that have been throwing coins like this one in. This is a pretty nice conditioned one too. You see the mint luster on it still. It's a 74, and that's the pyramid down by Mexico City. It even says the name of the, I think the pyramid's called that, or the site's called that. But it's Mexican coin. Then I know you know what this is. I know you know because I sent you 2 of them. One with Queen Elizabeth and one with King George. I got a few more of these today. I think I have one that, yeah, I even got one that does have King George on it. And what looks like a little bit of environmental damage on the coin. It's a bit worn. It's a 1940, which, if I remember my history correctly, 1940 was when the Battle of Berlin was going on. Or not Berlin, but the battle, the Germans had tried to fly into United Kingdom and get them to surrender. This is one I ain't never seen before. This is Queen Elizabeth coin from '88, but it says the Bailiwick of Jersey, 2p, and I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's looks like an old castle or something, maybe. I'm not sure, but I thought it was a neat design. I don't remember ever seeing it. I know you watched the video about this coin, well, not the coin, the ship. I'm gonna do one about this ship because I know what the ship is, and I know why it's somewhat famous. In fact, they even have replicas of it in the UK, a couple of them, I think. But the reason why is because the original ship rotted away pretty much from disuse. But yeah, I sent you one of these little suckers, like this, I believe. Or maybe it's the quarter. I think I sent you one like this. Might have been the same year. I got a few more of them, but not today, I don't think. I thought I had one of the smaller ones with this on it. But this Argentina coin with its ship design, it's pretty nice looking ship design. Hind, well, it's actually the Golden Hind, apparently, or just Hind for short, but they also called it Golden Hind. And there's a reason why. I have to reread it because I can't remember exactly why, because it had a different name when they set off, but he renamed it during the journey. And interesting story what I read about it. So I'm gonna have another video like that made pretty soon. Probably do it sometime next week. I want to see how the one about the Portuguese man of war does first. See if it feels like it's worth my time. All right, we'll go ahead and you said something about half dime was the first coin you had. I've got at least two examples in card mounts. This 1857 and this 1855 with arrows, which appears to be in a little bit better shape than that other one. Oh, come on, focus good. But it's a half dime. And quite like these coins, but my lord, they're usually expensive. $12.20 I felt were pretty good prices because I've seen some of them they like $40 or more. Okay. I don't know if you've seen the original video for this, or if you remember why this coin's a little bit important to me. And I'll tell you why. Because this is actually the first coin I ever did a video for when I launched my YouTube channel just over a year ago. And it's beat up and stuff quite a bit. I mean, scratched up on the back real bad. But it was only $5. I don't think it was the first seeded coin I ever bought, but it was the first one I done a video for because it's pretty old. And I can talk about someone wrote $20 on this, and I'm thinking, I don't think you'll ever be able to sell this one for $20. By this time, it's significantly worn, and 41 isn't exactly a real short mint year, I don't think. But I do have two of them from 1841, which this one actually costs more, and it doesn't even look as good. It's heavily worn. Dates there, though. Back one dime's real clear. but it's scratched up a little bit and worn out too. So what can you do? He put AG on it, and that's probably about what it is. It's not a good coin because the rim's gone or going away. We'll put that back in there and pull this. The only other half dime I got is in this little bag. Let me pull this out. If I can get hold of the bag. It's my problem with these little Ziploc bags. Sometimes it's hard to open. In this are two seated dimes. One of them is a love token, the other one's just heavily worn and slightly bent. It's to the point, you can see their date, but it's to the point it's pretty well gone. Now this one's been holed, which is a shame too, because when you look at that, it's got a lot of details left on it. Man, these are tiny. I can imagine a lot of kids taking these, or maybe not kids, but people having these in their pockets and then losing them. See if I can hold it to where you can actually see both the hole and there's the hole. It looks like someone gouged on there, and see the date. I think that's 1849. Yeah, it's a half dime. Now, what is a love token? That's what this one is. I'll hold this up here, 1877. Now, on the back, that's what they're talking about. What people would do, usually servicemen, they'd be off. This guy might have been in the Navy, could have been in the Army and off to somewhere. He had the dime and he went ahead and carved all this in there. And then when he got home, they would show it to their significant other, their wife, girlfriend, whatever, and tell them something along the lines like, the whole time I was gone, I thought about you. And then I carved this on this as a token of my love. And that's how they got their name, love tokens. And obviously, history will never know who A or S is on this. But it is an interesting little thing. And with the little hole in it, it was designed to be worn like a necklace, which these were $4 a piece when I bought them from the jeweler guy who has some coins. And I'll have to hand it to him because he's been very instrumental in my treasure chest challenge by getting me stuff, slick coins like this, seated Liberty quarter, and a bunch of standing Liberties that don't have dates, but they're still silver. And the estimate's right up there. It's still on the coin, although the date is totally gone. It really is just, and it's slightly bent too, it appears, but it's heavily worn out. I mean, you can still make out the seated Liberty design, but there ain't no date on this. I mean, I pulled up real close, looked through the loop. There's nothing. There's no date on it. That guy's the same guy I got this from, too. 64D. That's the most worn out JFK coin I've ever seen. But that happens with a lot of circulation. Somebody probably carried that in their pocket for 30 or 40 years. Maybe longer. Anyway, I went live earlier and I've covered the topics I wanted to cover tonight, so I think I'm going to go ahead and settle this down and leave it up for people to watch. I want to tag a few channels in the information thing, and definitely you AG Stacker and Frosty and Old Country Coin Collector. And I hope that you all have a good night.